Priestess. I'm Teresa. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to give just a few moments for some folks to come into the live stream. I'm getting set up for later for the replay, but bear with me just a moment. Okay, there we go. And I hope everyone is having a beautiful, beautiful day so far on this beautiful Wednesday. I'm going to get myself set up in here and get a few decks prepared. We are doing free mini readings here today. So if you see this and you want to have me pull a few cards for you, get a message from Spirit, don't hesitate. Come on in, stop by. Be happy to have you. Also, I do want to take a moment to invite you to my other channel, Modern Mystic Messages. You can find the icon for it at the bottom of the home screen on this channel. If you have not subscribed, please, I encourage you to do so. We are trying to grow this channel. I have a bigger family on my other channel, but this one I have dedicated for tarot. So I definitely invite you to check both of them out. Be happy to have you. Bear with me just a moment here. I'm getting set up. I will start with a general reading if no one comes into the live stream. Ooh. Okay, now I understand why that came out. I was trying to start a shuffle, and right away the Seven of Swords came out of the deck, and then the Emperor, along with, oh, we got the Seven of Swords, the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So you've been doing something that's going to pay off, but when it does, you need to keep it under your hat because apparently it's going to be big. It's going to be big, and that's going to bring haters. So you're going to have to be a little bit sneaky with that. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's not saying being sneaky as in lying or deceptive or deceitful. It's just, what do they say? Keep your dreams to yourself until they're well developed, especially because truthfully, there's some folks out there that's going to be your haters. They can't even help themselves. They don't understand your vision because it wasn't given to them. It's your vision. And that's kind of what that looks like here, is that in this Emperor energy, you've been doing the spiritual work, the manifestational work, maybe even the physical work. It's about to pay off in a big way, whether it's a project coming in or something you've been trying to manifest. I don't know. We're gonna see exactly what this is. Let's keep going here and see what this looks like. Fact of the matter, before we do that, I want to see who might be guiding this reading and see where it might be headed a little bit. Yeah, let me see if I can do this. Here, I'm gonna change that just for a little bit to see if that helps get some folks in here in the room. Ooh. Ishtar is here with inner learnings. Yeah. Anytime I see the Eight of Pentacles, it can be, some folks call that hard work that pays, that brings success. But whenever I see the Eight of Pentacles, I see putting in the spiritual work. And with Ishtar here over this reading, I kind of think so. It says, follow your heart here, truth prevails. This looks like somebody maybe doing a little both. I mean, when you got The Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Pentacles coming out together. Cosmic power is here, unlimited potential, sacred mission initiation. Yeah, definitely a spiritual component here. Ooh, with Jesus, right? It coming out here at the bottom of the deck with these acts of service. So this level up has not been just for your sake. It genuinely is to level you up into mission and purpose. And that's one of the reasons why I think this Wheel of Fortune is coming out with the Eight of Pentacles. There is going to be a bigger payoff because it's a spiritually driven payoff, because you're called here to do something big. It's not just about building businesses or financial legacy for yourself. Yeah, you're between worlds right now, so you might not even see this coming in, but trust and believe it is on its way. I see orphaned here. I was surprised. Well, the Hierophant may come out later, but this orphan, it may have been a situation of being separated for your spiritual level up, for your ascension, so that you can move into this mission and purpose. And that's very common amongst the chosen ones. So I'm not really, that doesn't scare me. I do see it here, but oh yeah, yeah. It's go time. It says time to go and blessed. So that orphan state, you've been in that probably a while, maybe most of your life. You may have been shunned by family, friends, romantic partners, then lost a job. I was talking to some folks in our spiritual live stream on Modern Mystic Messages last night, and the chosen are going through it right now. It's rough, but that's because you're being literally being extracted from the matrix. You're being pulled out of that system in order to become the builders of New World. And it leaves you out in no man's land, which can be a little uncomfortable at times, but it is go time and you are blessed. So it's gonna be better. It's definitely gonna be better. No worries there. Um, let me see. I do want to see here. Yeah, let me look over. Here we go. Life balance is being called for, balancing different elements in life. Work hard, play hard, mentally achieving it all in perfect balance. That's part of what this Eight of Pentacles energy is about as well. Inner child, healing unresolved childhood scars, childhood trauma holding you back, exploring your childhood wounds. That's also part of that Eight of Pentacles energy, because especially if you're feeling stuck and you've been at this for a while and you kind of know where you're headed and you know what you want to manifest, and you've gotten a lot of people out of your life, maybe your tower moment has fallen and all of that, and you can't figure out, okay, I've been knocked down to ground zero. Why am I not rising above this ground zero situation? Probably another rose. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Child soul came out here after inner child. So it's talking about adapting to the rules of life, lessons in social structure, rules, roles, traits, discipline, dutiful, traditional. This makes me think neurodivergent. This need to find this life balance, do this inner child work and this child soul, especially with this orphaned. I relate to this. Was not literally orphaned. No, I had a mother and father in the home. My father died in my early 20s, but very much spiritually orphaned for religious reasons. Quite literally lost my entire family around the age of 24 because of spiritual differences, and had a hard time integrating into the world, as they say, because of the neurodivergence. Not even understanding that you're neurodivergent, because I mean, I'm of an age group, they wasn't talking about autism and uh, um, um, I can't even think of the mild form of it. But anyway, it doesn't even matter because a lot of us are undiagnosed with a lot of those issues. But it does make for a lot of sealing the childhood traumas away behind the wall to try to get out there and integrate into the regular world. And because of that, at some point you have to come back to get back into this balance. You have to go in and address these inner child issues and allow this child's soul to awaken, because there's nothing wrong with that. Yeshua said that the ones that would inherit the kingdom of God would be like little children. But it does lead us to a situation where sometimes it is difficult to adapt to the rules of life because of social structure, societal norms. Our societal norms aren't truly normal. We are living in a very manipulated space in the matrix, that they have some serious psychological agendas at play that make it very difficult for neurodivergent people to accept them. And just because you like, y'all don't see that? That ain't right. But most of the world accepts it. No, 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 that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And a lot of neuros will be like, the hell you say it ain't fine. No, it ain't. So definitely have to strike a balance there. And it can be difficult, but you're headed towards it. Let me see what the other Akashic Records info might be. And that's interesting. I've been live for 11 minutes now, and no one has even come through the live stream. I'm going to finish this mini reading for the collective and probably close this live stream and open another to see what's going on there, because that's unusual. I'm used to traffic being lower on the smaller channel. I'm not used to not even seeing anybody come through at all. Ooh, with this, or you've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. So reach out to ask for support at this time. And that's here with expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. It's go time, like this other card came out and said too. It look, this isolation period, this hermit mode situation, it was beneficial for a time. You really needed that to stop the trajectory. You can't stop a train on a dime. You have to kind of slow it down, break it down. And then once your life has fallen apart and those people have fallen away, it also takes a moment of recovery to sit back and figure out what the heck happened, how much of it you want to try to recover, how much of it you have to understand that it was taken away from your life for a reason, and it's good to just leave it out there where it's at, and then heal from that, be okay from that, grieve those that you've lost. No, you didn't actually lose them in the physical 3D sense. They didn't transition off this planet, but they've transitioned out of your life. And you have to grieve that sometimes. Even the difficult ones that you wanted to get rid of, it's still a period of time where you got to process it. So this isolation period was good for what it was when it was, but Spirit is saying it's coming to an end now. It's time to step into the light, Carol Ann. Let's see what else comes out of here. Oh yeah, follow your passion. Bravery is here, and take charge. And I strongly suspect you've been trying to figure out how to do that, or maybe you just need a nudge from Spirit that it's time to do that. But no, it is definitely, there's an indicator here. It says you're taking a back seat in a relationship or a situation, and it may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. You need to step up and regain control once again. Bravery says you're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable, but you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you'll feel so much better when you do. It's going to turn out better than you thought, because again, you've taken that time and kind of sat back to observe. You can regroup and move forward from a better place. Spirit also is saying here, follow your passion. If there's something that excites and motivates you, it's time. It's a message from your Akashic record that it can lead to your abundance. This Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Pentacles, I'm trying to tell you, yeah, follow your passion. And I get it. It take money to make money, all that good stuff. So I'm not saying go running off into the woods or whatever, but you're gonna find a way to do that and turn your passion into quite a bit of profit. It's not even gonna feel like work. It's gonna feel like abundance because that's what it is. It's coming in for you. Ooh, the magician is here. Now I know you cooking with grease. You finna be a manifesting machine because that is what this is about. This is that spiritual work has led to this point of alchemy where you're gonna be able to and the sun. Oh yeah. You literally have the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Swords, the Magician, and the Sun. Like I say, don't speak on this too soon. Keep it under your hat for a minute, because this kind of energy for sure bring haters. It just do. Because they going to want to figure out how you're doing it, but they didn't do it. They didn't put in the spiritual work. That downtime in that orphan period, we think it's just sulking and being alone, but healing your grief during the inner child work, that is very valid spiritual work that leads towards the allowing in of your gifts and manifestations and blessings. And it looks like it's getting ready to take flight for you in a big way here shortly. Ten of Wands is here. You've been feeling burdened, but again, I think you're going to have the resources here to close that cycle very shortly. Oh, yeah, the Ten of Cups came out with it and the Death card. Yeah, you're ending this cycle. Ten of Wands it is burden. But a 10-10 coming out together is closing a cycle. This 10 of Wands, this burdened feeling like you got the weight of the world on your back, is going to transmute into this 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, prosperity, abundance, all of that. That's literally the house, the wife, the dog, the acres, the family business, the legacy, all of that. And the Death card. Don't be afraid of death. In the Tarot 13, death is a rebirth. It's like a do-over. It's a transformation. And I'm sitting here, when I flip the deck over, what am I seeing? You don't see it coming, but it's right here popping up right up at you. The Six of Pentacles and then the 10 of Pentacles. So we got a 10-10-10 looking out at you. And this show enough is like generational wealth level of card. That's why I say when I saw this Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician pop out here with the Sun, I know what's coming. But this, yeah, it's confirming that. The Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. It's a card of reciprocity. It's a card of humanitarianism, philanthropy. It's having an abundance, enough abundance to share. And I believe that is part of your spiritual mission. Let's take a look here. I want to see what else is coming, and then we're gonna look more or less some at the spiritual mission aspect of it. Maybe get some messages from spirit to see what it is that you might be able to equip yourself with as you transition into this Emperor Magician. What we got? Oop, the stars came out here. This is wishes come true. Came right on back out of another deck. Stars, feeling blessed, miracles, hopeful, falling in love, inspiration, divine providence. And this came here. Oh my goodness, it is a soulmate energy. Now I know I have to do. I was pulling the cards to do a love reading, and I had said I was going to do it before and didn't because it came out in the last reading that I did. I think it was a message for uh, a high priest or priestess. There's a love energy coming in, so we're definitely going to do that today because the swans are here with the stars. That is soulmate twin flame energy all day. That is blooming love. Um, yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Celtic knot, which is unconditional love, divine union. This is a legendary love of a lifetime. Ooh, delicious type energy. And at the split, well, see, we got stable here, which is, I mean, that's the stability, that's anchoring in, that is the foundation. With the stork, that is transformation and renewal, birth. So you're birthing something here. Oh my goodness, yes, the time has come with this fall full moon energy. So it's now. Look, the 7th is the new moon. I think it's, is it the new moon or the full moon? No, it is. I think it's a new moon, and it's an eclipse on the 7th. You might want to put your petitions in place because this is a huge yes card. And literally at the bottom it says, yes, the time has come. This is culmination of effort, completion, abundance, fulfillment, release, fruits of your labor, focus on needs. This is harvest and moving on. And we're seeing it here with the spiritual work, the Wheel of Fortune, magician cycle coming in, the sun, this 10-10-10 cycle here with the Six of Pentacles at this rebirth transformation. We got stars, the swans, the Celtic knot, the stork. The bear is here, which is genuinely like coach, CEO, boss type energy. This lighthouse is here. This is guidance, a guidance system. It talks about yeah, or even possibly being a guide. The falcon is here with rising above. This is strategy and skill. The waxing crescent, yeah, I don't think these are yours. But at the bottom of this deck, the element of air is here. It says likely it's developing. Ooh, the element of air and the element of fire together. So I don't know if you got like a fire moon and an air rising or air sun and yeah, but there's fire and air here. And then with the cups, that brings in water. It does require a leap of faith here with the grasshopper. And we got the high priestess. The high priestess and the magician are right here with the compass, which is about the north node. And then the loons going back to the love situation with the goddess of love. Y'all, if you don't get this together, this is on its way. I don't even need to pull no more of those. What we're going to do now is I want to look into the light workers deck and get some messages about your spiritual mission because this is absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we're going to close this because, like I said, this is unusual for me to be 22 minutes into a live stream and 0 people have come by. I don't know if I messed around and made this live stream uh, unlisted or what, but we're going to fix that. And I'll come back in and work on the love reading. Initiation by water. So we had air and fire there, but this initiation by water quite literally means you're being called to be a channel for spirit. So there's something in whatever you've been through, this orphan scenario and having to go through this hermit mode on the end of this transition or transformation, you're going to channel for spirit in some kind of way. Social media, teaching, uh, I don't know, but some kind of way it's going to involve your throat chakra. Trust in the plan is here, and the second ray of wisdom. What are these two that popped out? Initiation by air as well. Yeah, let's take a look at those, and then I'm gonna close this out. Initiation by water. Your spiritual path this lifetime involves you becoming a clear channel for spirit. You are meant to communicate with higher guidance from the loving spiritual worlds. Your initiation by water will further upon your receiving channel will further open, your receiving channels, dislodge lower vibrational material, and sensitize you to the subtle realms of light. You are being opened to a world of which you may have only dreamed, such is its beauty, grace, and love. Situations have been arising in your world that evoke emotional reactions and challenge your opinions and beliefs. You may not feel in control. You may feel like your world, your emotions have become like a stormy sea in which you're tossed about, and you're doing your best not to drown in the chaos. Yet you're not to fear it. It is stirring that which has been held within so it can be released. The storm will pass, and the waters of your emotions shall become more serene. So, wow. And then we have the initiation by air. You have a strong and powerful mind. The mind can be a great asset. It can bring comfort, peace, and strength as you take your spiritual journey. It can also be a dark and destructive force undermining your power, making you doubt your own heart, and keeping you trapped in fear. The mind, developed without a loving spiritual practice, can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. How will you choose to use your mind power? Your mind can become more spacious and luminous if you practice emptying it on a regular basis. The radiant mind can be a mighty warrior against fear and despair, encouraging you with thoughts of optimism. When not given a chance to empty, however, the mind becomes overwhelmed with unprocessed information. Much of it will be fear-based programming perpetuated by mass media, which is invested in controlling others and manipulating them by fear. This initiation, which liberates and opens the mind, empowers advanced souls to free themselves from manipulation and control. It does say here, though, that the hallmark of a dysfunctional society is that the mind is expected to dominate the inclinations of the heart rather than serve it. The mind can be trained to be a great manager, creator, and defender of what has genuine value to the heart, but the power to feel what has meaning for us, what moves us enough to rise above our fears and risk growth, comes from the heart, not the mind. When the mind is given a task to feel and the heart is told not to feel, paralysis, confusion, and discomfort are experienced. So it's saying as you enter into this particular initiation, that you'll feel the need to step back from what you've been taught and learn to question what you once held to be true. As you disengage from habitual mental patterns, you will begin to observe your thoughts rather than be swept up in them. Soon you will begin to experience yourself as the peaceful, steady light of love that you are in truth. Will the mind go through its motions? Yes. However, there's no need to be afraid of this. One step at a time, your spirit shall guide your mind back towards peace. You will change the way you relate to your own mind, becoming more empowered. That's beautiful. And then we have the second ray of wisdom, too. The second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master, known as the Buddha, is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of this ray of light from the universe. The second ray of wisdom is the energy of the open and loving heart of the universe. It is inclusive, drawing all things toward it with an invisible magnetism. It is gifted to you at this time to help you attract into your life the people, opportunities, and teachings that will help you succeed in your life mission. Yeah. And we talked about stepping into mission and purpose, so that's why that is coming to you at this time. And then finally, we have trust in the plan. In preparation for radical growth, there can be temporary disorder and chaos. Whilst the mind may worry that something is going wrong, the spirit knows that this is a way for the old to disassemble so the new can be formed. Although you may feel out of control during such times, you do not need to resist the process. There is no need to attempt to impose your own sense of order upon the greater plan. You do not need to seek solutions, for there is no problem here in need of solving. What has been is being cleared away in preparation for the next chapter of your life. Have faith, all is well. Do not fear. You may see the life you have known appears to be ending. You may think that the things you used to do or the way you used to think no longer seem as relevant as they once were. You may feel your relationships and friendships are changing. Some may even be ending. Perhaps you find you no longer have the energy or motivation to keep certain relationships going in your life. However, your energy is meant to be withdrawing from what it once supported. This is not an abandonment or betrayal. It is not selfish. It is honest. When you trust in your spiritual growth, all that happens is love. That means that even an apparent loss always serves love, whether it is immediately obvious or not. It is sometimes necessary for both parties to become free to live their true destiny. That's what this death card is about. That's what I was saying. There's no need to fear it. It's happening for you and for the other people too. Because sticking around in uncomfortable scenarios just because we think tradition or societal norms demands it keeps both of you stuck. Somebody got to be the bigger person and step away, and then growth can happen. Very often you have catalyzed, you're trying to grow, and you may have catalyzed, or y'all have catalyzed growth in each other, but unless or until you separate, you won't be able to truly see that. So don't take it as a bad thing. It's really, really not. Let's pull a couple more cards here on the way out the door. What is it? Ooh, now this came along with, I picked up, it was next to another deck, but the Wheel of Fortune came out here again out of another deck. Trying to tell you, something huge is heading your way. Receive it. Please receive it. If you reach this far and watch this reading, leave me some purple hearts or some green emojis, a gold bag, some dollar signs. Leave something in the comments. Let me know you received this energy, because it's odd that, like I said, no one has come into this live stream in 30 minutes now. But I know as good as this reading is, it's for somebody. Moon is here. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. And then we have with that, that's a 21, which breaks down to a 3. So maybe you're a life path 3. We got the Fool card here. Have the courage to embrace change, take risks, be adventurous. So we didn't have move ahead confidently, take a risk. Oh wow, and that's a 12 card, which is another 3, which is a 3-3 message here. Spirit ain't playing with y'all. Whoever this message is for, celebrations are in order. And oh, is that another 3? No, it's a 5. You are ready to bring new and exciting things into your life. The celebrations card came out. And a journey is indicated. Plane is here, either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. Awesome. The Lovers is here at the bottom of this deck. There are 2 paths ahead. Be true to yourself. And at the top of the deck, which means this is what you don't see coming. This is what's coming in sooner rather than later. Abundance. Lucky times are ahead of you, along with good times, success, and prosperity. Now, let's get these, and then I can't, like I say, ain't nothing else I can do with this reading anyway. And it's, we just hit 33 on the timer, and it's a good place. We're gonna be lending this out in the 33-minute, maybe not exactly, but yeah, all is at your fingertips. What has been created by one can be had by all. Do be clear on what you want. Put actions to your goals. Make them a reality. At the top of the deck here, embrace the dark, shine true light upon this earth. So get in there, do that other round of shadow work and inner child work. This is delicious. It's happening for you, baby. It is not happening to you. All of that stuff you went through, that's in your rear view. I promise you, some beautiful things are on the way. If this is your reading, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Definitely, like I said, leave me some kind of something in a comment, something in the comments to let me know this is your reading. You received it. Congratulations to you. Peace and blessings to your soul family. I love you, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Namaste.